Can you believe I have all these different blues and none of them are similar? Every one of them have a different look, use, and feel to them. Stay tuned. We'll figure out what the difference in them. Today I'm going to be comparing all these blues in my painter's color diary, and for the sake of having it, some of these on the Daniel Smith dot card. So now we're going to get started with doing these, comparing these blues. So I am going to start with the blues that lean more towards green, and as we go on we'll get darker and darker and darker. I'm going to start with cobalt teal. I'm going to be using my Princeton number 4 brush. I sped up this video because it was really long. I'm going to give my final thoughts at the end of the video, so no worries. Don't click away though, because there is a good nugget of information you won't want to miss that I learned at my most recent workshop. However, if you like to watch those slower paced videos, I've started a Patreon channel that I will upload all of the content in real time. I'll be uploading to that platform regularly, so if you're interested in my processes and all of the behind the scenes content, hop over there and check it out. I'll put a link to that and all of the supplies I'm using in the description below and on my community page eventually. As I look at the analytics YouTube is putting out, it just shows that people are clicking out fairly early in my videos, and while I'm giving the full scope of the video here, if you like to relax and watch me swatch at a slower pace, I want to provide that content too. I'm almost done swatching here, so let's get back to my final thoughts. Okay, here is all my Daniel Smith blues. Now they have dried completely, and you can tell that on the mass tone, the color has not shifted and gotten any lighter. It only got lighter once I added water. You can see the difference in the value. I'll put a black and white photo at the end so you can see which blues were dark and which blues tend to fall on the more light value. It's interesting. At first I thought, I took a workshop, said, you know, once you paint with watercolor, what is the percentage of the shift on how much it will lighten? Everybody said, oh, 20%, 50%. He went on to say, you know, if you go to use watercolor from a tube that it comes in, there will be no drying shift. I found that to be very interesting, very helpful in my work. I find the cobalt teal, I use it just rarely as accent color. I use a lot of these in mixing. I use a cerulean blue in skies. I use manganese blue in skies, and I use cobalt blue in skies. French ultramarine I use in a lot of mixing, as well as phthalo blue, green shade and red shade. I use indigo a lot and Mayan dark blue. Now let's look at that. Oh, I'm gonna zoom in here because I chose Mayan dark blue dark over indigo because I thought indigo dried a little flat. And what I mean by that, I just thought that Mayan blue dark had a little bit more personality. Maybe it's because of its granulation. I like them both. I do like kyanite. I use that regularly. Let me know which is your favorite blue and what do you use them for? Do you have just one blue? French ultramarine? Cobalt? Do you have just one blue, or do you have multiple blues? So I'd be interested to know, get a conversation going on, you know, what's your favorite blue and why you use it, and you know, maybe it mixes better with one color than it does another. Let me know in the comments because I think it's good. The more we talk, the more we learn.